welcome back, family, to part two of Akan, Ashanti, the Egyptians, the Israelites, what they all have in common. So this is part two. In this segment, I will share with you the second video that I will share in the description, where you can actually see the full completion of the first video and the second. Okay. For those who haven't seen the first video, it was where Ashanti brother was speaking of that we are, and speaking of them, because when I say them, because all this time, in so many ways, we have been separate from a lot of our different like family or tribes or ones over in Africa, because we were looking at it from the angle from the Bible, the book, but looking at it from the customs now and looking at it from the history that links us all back to the Bible, all back into where we understand, which is called Egypt. Okay, so I want to give first honor and glory unto the Most High. I've been seeking for information to come my way that I would understand more better and get clarification. And I believe that this is a starting point. And I'm just sharing. Remember, this whole YouTube page is to make you think. I don't have all the answers. All I could say that what connects me to understand that, say, overall understanding about the Bantus is that going by the customs, going by the language, and also going by the direction of the migration, which they came from, what we call Egypt, that area. And also the DNA tests that ones have done who links them back. I have a niece who had a DNA who's a brother, daughter, and links her to Congo, links her to Cameroon, and all the different places I want to say surrounding far as line up with the Bantus. So I haven't had one personally, but through manifestation and what I received a visitation about giving me the understanding that we are the the people of the Bible, which those people with the customs, the laws, the statutes link us to the Bantus, and the migration links the Bantu to who they are, which therefore, if it links me in that manner, it links me all the way back from the Bantus coming out of what we will call the land of Egypt. So without further ado, here's a brother who also wrote a book, and I want to say he said the Egyptians, the name of the book is The Egyptians Are Here. So he's going to break it down as far as when it comes to the language, to how to pronounce different things in reference to how ones could actually take a word and change it. A lot of the Europeans, being that they could not pronounce the name of our people, are the locations, are the rivers, are the mountains, they gave us the twist of a European town. Was that something that they did because they knew that that could one day have ones confused and so forth and that? Well, I would say so, but in actuality, I was, like I say, praying for ones like historians and those like of the elders and ones who were given the oral generations of our, who we are as far as our customs. So let's get to it. So you can actually view part one to check out what I was speaking about, the Ashantis. Okay, let me. Okay, so it's the ancient Egyptians. Okay, there we go. See if you all can see it, what I see. Okay, wonderful. Let me go ahead and open this up a little wider. Okay, and I'm going to start it here at 5 minutes and 45 seconds because I'm, don't want to play the whole entire video, but just to give you some understanding and some information. You can actually view it on your own.
Ancient Egypt. Yes. Up till now, our elders say, or Kani this, Kani that. And through my researches, I found out that the car, with which our elders are calling themselves, was the ancient Egyptian word for spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's back it up.
And that's when we say kafo or kaniba, something. We are saying that we are spiritual.
Let's take it back here. And like I said, she asked the question, so I want to
let's
make
talk
sure she get the
about
question.
The ancient Egyptians are here.
Yeah.
Would I be wrong if I say it's your most favorite book written by
No, you won't be wrong.
Okay, so let's talk about
You won't be wrong at all.
why the ancient Egyptians are here, and why not the Ghanaians are here or the Africans are here?
Yes. Now, it may surprise you to know that the name Akan was the original name of ancient Egypt. Yes. Up to now, our elders say, or Unyanama Kani Yabwa, or Kani this, Kani that. And through my researches, I found out that the car, with which our elders are calling themselves, was the ancient Egyptian word for spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when we say we are kafo or kaniba, something. We are saying that we are spiritual people or religious people.
Okay.
Yes. Ancient Egypt was actually called Kana.
Okay.
Kana. And
So let's pause right there. So he have said that Akan was actually the original name of Egypt. Okay. Remember, where Israel, what they call the Ish people today call that area, say Israel. Remember, that area is a part of Africa, which is Northeast Africa. Now, on the grounds where we understand and know Egypt is at today, which we in the Bible speak of a Goshen and so forth, the upper Egypt versus the lower Egypt. At the end of the day, family, what the speaking of, he's speaking about where the landmass is Egypt. So let's continue.
I got through the modern Bible dictionary, 1968. That when Egypt conquered the peripheries of the river, present day, what do you call that? The sea, the Mediterranean Sea.
When the Israelites crossed.
Yes, they conquered the
Okay.
people, yes, in the north of Egypt, that is near the sea. It is only that strip of land that was called Canaan. Canaan, then A-N. Then when
you mean the land God promised the Israelites?
yes, I'm just trying to prove how I got to know that ancient Egypt was called Canaan.
Okay.
Yes, the word An in Egypt, in the Canaan, as we now call Canaan,
Yeah.
is Canaan.
Okay.
Yes. And the morpheme An comes from N, E-N. But the R in Kana changes the A to R again, so that you get Canaan. Good. Now, after Egypt had conquered further, all those lands became Canaan.
So earlier, you said something about the Egyptians.
So what I'm getting also is that, when they speak of the land of Kana, remember the way how we understand and spell it is C-A-N, I'm sorry, C-A-N-A-N, or, what has been given to us, either it was by a K, but mainly by a C. Remember, this is the way how the European would pronounce it, right? Excuse me. So But actually, you're going to see how it ties into Ghana, because the whole thing, what she was saying, the area was called that before, but it was in the understanding that it was the storyline that they gave us about Ham and his son. You have to want to know and understand, why would the Bible really put forth the mention that Ham's son Canaan, Canaan, why would he be singled out? That would fit a agenda and it fit a motive to give the rights to, say slavery is the way how we should go in that light, if you following me. But let's continue.
Being originally called Canaan. So how did it come to be that the name changed from Canaan to Egypt?
Yes. Before the Greeks conquered them in 300 BC, their name was Canaan. Then when the Greeks came to Egypt and saw that they were blacks, they called them Egyptus, meaning blacks or black people. And they call those down there Ethiopia, meaning black-faced people.
Okay.
So it was this Egyptus which the English made Egypt.
Oh, okay.
So the Greeks themselves called them Egyptus.
Okay.
And the Kana people who were there translated it to Kemet, which meant blacks also.
Okay.
Yes. So I came down to compare our clans. The clans that grew to form ancient Egypt. You see, and I found Diana, Ekona, Asuna, Tina. This is something Yes.
All right. So, what is inside this book?
What is inside this book is the proof that the Akans, or the ancestors of the Akans, were the original ancient Egyptians. The mainstream ancient Egyptians. That's the pharaohs, the scribes, the priests, yes, and the nobles of ancient Egypt.
You've been doing this for 40 years.
For a long time.
For more than 40 years. Was it? Okay, so Daddy, I'd like to know that earlier as you spoke, you made mention of Canaan and Ghana. What I would like to know is there any correlation, and are you referring to ancient Ghana or present day Ghana as we know it?
Well, by the year 30 BC, ancient Egypt had been conquered by Iran. That's about 400 BC, and then by Alexander the Great, the Greek conqueror. Yes, 300 BC, and then 33 BC by Rome. So they were being worried by people from the north. So the main group left Egypt and went westwards to establish another empire. And they named it after their original home, Cana. Yes. So it was this Cana, the history of which was written by the Arabs. And the Arabs writing Cana wrote Ghana. That's how the word Ghana came.
Okay.
And it may interest you to know that J.B. Dankwa, our own J.B. Dankwa, yes, was the one who conducted this research in Europe and found out that it was Cana that the Arabs wrote Ghana.
Wow.
That's very
Yes.
So
when we came here,
it was the Arabs, not the Europeans, who wrote it out, but it was proof that was shown that that's what it was. So that the area was Kana, and that's how they got Ghana. So again, do a lot of people know the history in that manner? I mean, family, this is, like I said, I've been praying and asking the Most High to put me in the path of ones that can bring forth. Do I know this all? Because she's going to ask in the video, far as how certain is he, and you're welcome to check out his book that he wrote about the Egyptians are here. And I went looking for it in a lot of places. They say they have it, but then it's not available. So again, I will continue to look because hey, this is just another whole pathway, open way for me to understand. I heard the word Abyssinia. That's actually lined up in Egypt area. Abyssinia, I want to say that's the way I received it. I've heard the word Great Lakes and never knew of it before. Never, it just surfaced. Great Lakes, I looked it up, and that also is in Africa as well. I heard the word Ranaka. That's also in Africa as well. It's in Botswana. So certain things that I even, heard. Years back, I bought this figurine from one of, the stores here. I want to say probably was TJ Maxx or whatnot, but it was an African figurine. And come to find out that the Ashantis and what we know as far as the Akan people, they have that same statue on their, on a website that I went on, and I was like, that's the same statue I have in my room, that I had for many, many years. And so it just, all of this is, like I said, to me, is coming into a full circle of what is the truth and how, because when we look at the world, when they go to seek and search about or keep eyes on and try to put like a wall or just oppress or so forth, it's only basically the Egyptians that they go seek for, they dig up after, they want to know so much about, and also the so-called just the dark melanated people, especially the ones that have been scattered on the continent, because there were ones that were taken from one side of the continent to other side in slavery, and then there were ones that were brought on the slave ships. So it's like they have this thing about just want to keep up with us and want to know and so forth and that, and just a lot of it is through oppression, and a lot of it is just to of course study and want to know our history. So when I hear one of them or any of them try to tell about the history, is like, now I'm turned off in so many ways, because they're going to always have an underlying factor. They're not going to bring forth the whole and complete truth. And a lot of even our people are speaking about certain things and they don't know. They just really repeating what others have said because that's all we know. And we're not doing it from a mean, way or intentionally trying to have someone confused. It's just that's all we know. So you do what you do until you know to do better. And that's where we at with that. So let's continue to listen to this video.
We're still calling ourselves Kana. That is the Akan that we found now. So later on, we have named our country Ghana. Therefore, the name we have given to our country is actually connected with ancient Egypt. See, so from Egypt we established Ghana, then the Arabs made it Ghana. Yes. Another example is the country called Gambia. It is named after a river called Kambi.
Okay.
Kambi Bolango. No, right now, Gambia, Gambia, West Africa.
I meant before the name changed.
Yes. The Arabs and even the French people, if they are writing a consonant, which is voiceless, consonants are divided into voiceless and voiced consonants. And if the consonant is K, it is voiceless. Its voice counterpart is G.
Okay.
So if that K finds itself near vowels, then it becomes voiced to G. So Ghana became Ghana because of the A and the other vowels that come before the K. You see, since our language is tone language, it always ends in a vowel. our language, the Chi language, the Tone language.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up.
So it always ends in a vowel. Then if Ghana will come after any word, then the G finds itself in between two vowels. The one that ends the previous word, and the one that the R that comes after the G. So the K in Ghana will change to G. We call that voicing in linguistics. So Kana can easily change to Ghana. Good. So ancient Kana people, renamed as Ghana by the Arabs, came down to West Africa here and established this country, which we call Ghana. Good. So it is true that the ancient the Ghanaians now come from ancient Ghana. And the ancient Ghana, Akans.
Okay.
Yes, they come from ancient Ghana. Okay. And the ancient Ghanaians came from Egypt.
Okay.
From ancient Ghana. So that is it.
So, Daddy, it appears most of everything that you have just said, um, it's like the only means through which you came to this conclusion was through linguistics. So I'd like to know, have you used any other means to come to this conclusion?
Oh yes. You know, in order to be a researcher, you have to be observant.
Yeah.
Yes. When I was a small boy, and in the 50s, when the women were celebrating the puberty of a girl at dawn, about 5 o'clock, they used to pass behind my window singing the song Osei ye Otwedi amponye yedwasi amino. In the song, they are saying that they are thanking Otwedi Ampon, and that Otwedi Ampon is Amin. Amin. Oh, that's the meaning of the amino. So they mention Amin's name twice. And who was Amin? Or who is Amin? Is the ancient Egyptian god of gods. So we have been thanking Amin all the way from ancient Egypt to this place. Very good. And then when we are pouring libation today, you hear the elders saying, Otwedi Ampon, they address God first. Otwedi Ampon. Then who is that Otwedi Ampon? They say Amonwia. And that Amonwia, as I said from the beginning, is complement or the same thing as Aminra. Because Amon is the same as Amin.
Okay.
And then Ria is the same as Ra. Good. But some people hearing Amonwia and without knowing the root of the expression, say it means Amaowia, the giver of the sun. Yes.
But wouldn't you say?
And they have gone ahead to create amongst you.
Yeah.
And but that's not true. The Amoria is the Amori, which is named after some towns. Amon. Amin the son. The same as Amira.
Have you?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close it out there, but there are others on YouTube who's sharing the storyline that say that the Akans are the Egyptians. But the first video I did that ties in the Akan saying that they are actually the Jews, or which is the Israelites, that connects with the Bible. So please check out the first video and this video. If you aren't a subscriber to this page, if you feel led to, click on the subscribe button. And any ones that out there who would like to share more, you're welcome to reach me at yaroyalfamily@gmail.com. Again, like I said, I want to bridge the gap. I want to remove the lies and bring forth the truth. because it's time. It's time. We're moving towards what the restoration of the Most High, and what we envision, perhaps that the restoration is going to be magically done in the sense of like a drop of a dime, which I'm not saying it can happen that way, but it's what I'm, seeing and understanding about this gradual moves through us wakening up and us understanding who we are is same as, Father will far as restore us in that manner. That's what I'm taking. I'm not sure, but I'm just looking at it in that manner. That there will be, as we rise up, our enemies will become lower in the sense of less power, and that's what we're seeing. So the Akans, the Ashantis, if you're out there, the history as well, lining up with the Bible. It does say in the scripture that says that the Egyptians will actually be scattered for 40 years and brought back, but they will not be as powerful as they were, and they will not go back to the land where they once were. Is that really of what that has been given by the Most High in the sense of, or is that something that someone tied in? Was it 400 years? Because we know that we have been scattered 400 years, and after 2019, things just started happening, and it's not by coincidence. So it's like not only I see ones in Africa waking up and growing and moving in the direction of understanding who they are, we who are scattered in the same manner is in that same lineup as well. So family, that's all I have for right now. Thanks for tuning in, and look out for another segment of